Hello and welcome to the Coaching State. My name is Tony Husted, Master Certified Coach and the Director of Training for Shipley Coaching. Today in Coaching State, we are going to be continuing our series. This is going to be episode 11 of The Subtle Art of Coaching. Today, we're going to be exploring the topic of accountability, specifically accountability partners, and our role as a coach when it comes to accountability. Now, over my 23 years of coaching, I have worked with a lot of clients, and I'm surprised at how often I've had clients come to me and say, "Hey, I worked with another coach, and that coach was amazing. I had all of these ideas, I had all of these opportunities, I put all of these, we explored all these changes that I could make." But when it came to actually putting them in place and sticking with it, they've struggled. They're not able to put it in place. And more importantly, they're not able to maintain it and integrate it fully into their life. And through many of these coaching relationships, going and coaching these people, sometimes 6 to 12 months, I realized that a big root of the problem, a big portion of this is actually the coach's fault. Now, I say that a little bit tongue in cheek, but it's a systemic problem. There are many coaching schools out there that teach coaches that their role, part of their role as coach at least, is to be the client's accountability partner. And I think this is a mistake. It creates a big gap. And why does it do that? Well, because the coaching ends after 3 months, 6 months, a year, the coach steps away. We are, as coaches, I often say that we are working ourselves out of a job. We should take breaks from a coaching. No client should stay for a very long extended period of time without some breaks for them to implement, for them to integrate, for them to build their own momentum and develop that real self autonomy that is part of the goal of coaching in the first place. If I am the only accountability partner, I am the accountability structure for a client, and we get to the end of my 6 months, next week we don't have a coaching session, the client no longer has an accountability structure to latch onto, to use effectively to carry them forward. So we then, if we are the only accountability structure, the only accountability partner for our client, we're leaving a huge gap for them that can create lots of problems. Now, I often, when I'm starting with a new client, I will often, for the first few sessions, work with them to be their accountability partner. I will be that person. I will check in with them. I will allow them to make a commitment to me and then follow up in the next session to support them. Then I very quickly, though, 2, 3, 4 sessions at most, I will very quickly then transition them into their own accountability structure. And I ask them simply, what is going to be your accountability structure? And when they say, oh, well, I'll just, ask me about it next week, I'll say, I'm happy to. And more importantly, I'm going to invite you to start to build an accountability structure outside of me, because at some point I won't be here for you. Now, most clients will then begin to find other people to be their accountability partners. And that's a great next step. And I will support that through, basically not challenging it. Okay, well, if I ask them, what's your accountability structure? And they say, well, I've got this friend of mine who I get along with. I'm going to check in with him twice a week. And, I'm going to meet him. I'm going to invite him to meet me at the gym that one night a week so I can get into my workout. And I will, again, sort of let that go on. Over the next 5 or 6 sessions, though, I will continue to come back to what is your accountability structure? And I'll enhance that with how are you going to hold yourself accountable? So 2, 3, 4 sessions, I'm the accountability partner. I'll let them go another 3 to 5 sessions with other people. And then I'll slowly start to integrate in how will you hold yourself accountable? What is your self accountability? And again, challenge them to find ways to hold themselves accountable. This all is pointed in a very specific direction. And that direction is self accountability, which all begins with self awareness. Now, there's a guy called Kozlov, and he has what he calls the self awareness spiral. And it's 4 steps that I think are very, very powerful. And I basically ask questions to invite this of my client. And so the 4 steps are awareness. And we all know that you can't change what you're not aware of. So increasing our awareness gives us more control of what we want to change. So I'll invite my clients with awareness questions. What do you need to be aware of around you that is going to impact? What are you already aware of? If you were to increase your awareness, what might you pay more attention to that's going to help support you in becoming more accountable to yourself? That's followed by step 2, which is reflection. This is the analysis. This is the taking a step back and going, okay, I see all of this. Now I'm going to ponder it. I'm going to process it. I'm going to journal it. I'm going to reflect on it. Some people might pray on it. Some people might meditate on it. Some people might do other strategies and techniques, but it's all about the reflection and coming to some points of the third step, which is action. It's putting it into place. So it's going to be taking what you're newly aware of, pondering that, processing it, and going, okay, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where I'm going to move it into action. And then from there, the fourth step is the integration. How do I carry it forward? How do I notice what works, implement that more? What isn't working? Adjust it there. How do I integrate it? How do I continue to grow? How do I build momentum? How do I automate some of this? How do I systematize this to make it even more and more powerful so that I am continuing? How do I apply this into kind of a mindset of lifelong learning? And so I bring that in over the remainder after, around 10 sessions on through, the remainder of our coaching sessions. I'm always bringing in this 4 step pattern to assist my clients to build that self accountability through awareness, reflection, action, and integration. And it becomes this spiral, it becomes a loop. And actually, I really appreciate that he uses a spiral because it's not just a loop. A loop can be closed. A spiral indicates that it's expanding with each additional revolution, with each iteration, it becomes larger and larger. So the awareness increases, the reflection becomes more effective, the action steps are better and better, and the integration begins to grow to allow our clients to expand. So, this is why I don't allow my clients to utilize me as their accountability partner. I'm really curious, what's your favorite accountability strategy? What kind of questions do you ask your clients to assist them to develop their own accountability strategy? I'd love it if you put those down in the comments section below. If you've got ideas of other videos you'd like to see, please email me at tony@coachingstate.com. I'd love to make a video specifically for you on a topic that you feel fits into the subtle art of coaching. As always, please hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe if you like this content, and share it with other coaches you think would benefit from this line of thought. I greatly appreciate your time. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you soon for the next episode of Coaching State, the subtle art of coaching. Thank you.